Good evening, everyone. This is Meldita and I'm back here at my YouTube channel, Meldita's Info Corner, Facebook John Regacho at yahoo.ca. Okay, this is just a brief summary of the tubing connections, things like that, but we're not going to the computer part of this home hemodialysis machine. We're using AK98 just for demo. Okay, there you go. So here, we got here, the water is on. Okay, and be sure that the pump is also on. Okay, so the water is on. So the water will go to the water filter, and the chlorine and some water residue will be removed. The water will proceed to the reverse osmosis machine. The minerals are removed and the water becomes softened up and distilled. The water will proceed to the ultrafiltration filter and the bacteria are removed. So we have a very clean, bacteria-free water, and soon to be mixed with the bicarbonate and the acid bath, and that will produce a dialysate. Okay, so once the machine is turned on, we have a countdown of 1 hour or 60 minutes. Then 10 minutes after, we start collecting water samples for our chlorine test. So the water samples will come from P3 and P4. That will go to these little cups, P3 and P4. We put the strips for chlorine test, and there is a table to follow and compare for the results. So once we get the water collected and put here, then we do the pressure readings. The pressure readings come from these 4 gauges, P1, P2, P3, and P4. P1 and P2, we only get the higher readings. P3 and P4 will get the lower readings. Okay, P1, P2, we get the higher readings. P3 and P4, lower readings. Okay, then we'll proceed to the to check these numbers here from this RO machine. So we get the number for the rejection. Usually it's 96 to 99 when we turn this on. And then we get also the conductivity from this. There's a screen here that you see the readings. Once you're all finished, be sure to fill up this paper. And after the readings, you get a test and you compare the results to this table. Okay, so if they're yellow, they're okay. If that's yellow, they're okay. So just put a little water in here. Okay, so this is a paper to fill up. So you put the date today, and if the system is rinsed, put a check, and the chlorine check is negative because it's yellow, negative. Your pressure 1 and pressure 2, you get the higher numbers. Your pressure 3 and pressure 4, you get the lower numbers. Your rejection, you put there, usually 95 to 99. Here we got 99%. And then the conductivity is usually 1 to 2, we get 1. And that's it, and you're done. And this will be placed on top of the machine. Okay, so we start the setting up of the tubings. So we have a bag or a package, and we have a arterial tubings, venous tubings, and we have also a connector. Okay, so we already put a bicard in here to the bicard holder. We already put this acid bath here down below. It's already open. Okay, there we go. So to start with, we have to start this arterial tubing. And this arterial tubing, we have this thing that goes to the blood pump. Okay, so we have a normal saline here. Okay, and then we poke it with this tubing. Be sure that this clamp is closed to poke it because we use this for priming later. Okay, so if you trace the end of this one, okay, be sure anything else. We put this thing here for the pump right here. It goes in here. So let's trace. The lower part of the tubing will go to the guide. This bloodline go to the guide and then to the arterial clamp. Okay, the first connection that you see here is this part here. And this goes to be connected to the arterial transducer connection because you need the arterial readings from this transducer. Okay, but we usually put a clamp. We only turn this clamp on once everything is ready. This one, we make it a habit. People differ. So for us, we prefer this clamp. But once the machine is on and everything, once everything is started, all the priming, everything, this will be already on, the priming. This will be open So initially we just clamp this one, but once the rinsing everything starts, this is also open. This is already open. Okay. So this tubing will go to the arterial line transducer connection. Next, we see this normal saline here connection. It goes to the next bag. So we poke this bag and be sure, okay, that is halfway. But in doing so, be sure that the clamp is closed. The roller clamp is closed. Okay, now, you have to squeeze the bag, drip chamber halfway. You open this clamp. You open this roller clamp halfway so that the normal saline will not rush, so with air. And then if everything's okay, no more air in everything, the fluid, you see the fluid come out in here, you close the clamp and then close the clamp again, put this aside. Your normal saline has 3 functions. It is used for recirculation, okay, before connection to the patient. And it is used to bolster the patient if the blood pressure drops during dialysis. And then at the end of the dialysis, we use this to rinse back so that all the blood from the tubing will go back to the patient. Okay, so that's the purpose of the normal saline. Okay, and then after the blood pump here, we see there's another tubing here, and that goes to the heparin. We normally put 10 cc in here, and this is where you put the heparin. Okay, and there is a lock wheel in here to release it so that you can remove or put it right here and then close back. The clamp of the heparin is open. Okay. After that, the tubing will go to the guideline, or to the guide, I should say, and the tip of this part will go to the patient. Will go to this, okay, will be connected to the higher part of the dialyzer if we put it in the ordinal position. Even this dialyzer will be ordered by the doctor. So the number to be used here is ordered by the doctor, and so with the acid bath. Okay, so the bicart, and you have this one. Okay, so you connect it to here. So you're done with the arterial. Now your next is the venous connection. So your venous connection is this part here. So you're done with the arterial, and this is your venous connection. Okay, so the venous connection, you have a bag. Okay, and the bag usually we place it up, upside down. We want it this way. The clamp is open. The clamp is open. Okay, you trace this tubing, and you got this chamber. So the chamber here, okay, you see this chamber here. It goes to this place here, to the air detector. Okay, and it should be located this way, thumb one thumb size here. Okay, and be sure that when you fill this with normal saline later, it's not, the normal saline is not too high and it's not also too low, because we don't want more. We are trying to prevent air accumulation. So then, if the machine starts going and everything, filling up priming phase, this will fill up with fluid. Be sure that the fluid also until here is just in good contact with this little tube in here, and then tap it with this one here. Okay, you use this, tap this one, so remove all the air, because this one is also used for removing these water filters, but it has also a purpose of tapping the air during setting up for dialysis. Okay, this one. So then, there is another tube, okay. So you trace the end of this tube. You trace the end of this tube in here. This venous. Okay. This one here. So the venous has this part here. Okay. This tube. Okay. You see it and you find it. It's right here below. So you connect it below here. So the red is here, up. That is the ordinal position. And the blue part of the venous line is right here, down. Okay, so tighten up, it's connected. And once that is connected, be sure that this will be up, okay? So you have to undo this little thing in here, screw. And then once it is up, you screw